Dear brothers from planet Earth, I am Ashtar Sheran. Every time we can be here passing on a small message to you is always a moment of great joy in our hearts. Everything is happening as planned, but for some nothing changes, nothing has changed, everything is as it always was. So let it be so, that those who don't want to see, continue without seeing, those whose hearts are open, can see. And when I say see, I'm not referring to the earthly vision, the physical vision, it is a vision of the heart. It is a vision that comes from deep down, in which each event is understood as part of the process. Nothing is isolated, nothing is meaningless or happening without reason, everything has a reason. But it is clear that humanity does not want to see this, it prefers to continue believing in everything it has seen to date, because it is already known, it is already known. So there's nothing to be surprised about anymore. No? There is no more? I would say there is still a lot. Many things that have always happened on the surface of your planet have never been shown or said. And today nothing is hidden anymore, everything is coming to the surface, and the feeling is that everything is only getting worse, that terrible things have started to happen. Once again we will tell you that they didn't start happening, they always happened. But today, they are open, exposed, and everyone can see how far evil can reach, how far evil has already come and much more will come. The great truths have not yet appeared, but things need to happen gradually, so that the impact is not so great. My brothers, the masks have fallen, the cloaks have been removed, nothing is hidden anymore, nothing can be kept from the truth anymore. So learn to look at everything, not as something new, not as a new event or as something bizarre created at this moment. I can guarantee you that the more bizarre it is, the older it is. The more you are shocked, the more it has always happened and you never realized it. So be ready every day, every moment, to be confronted with the truths, with everything that was hidden, with everything that could not be said because it would bring revolt, it would bring contestation, it would bring questioning. And they never wanted that, because if you start to contest and question, they lose strength. So a lot of things happened, but you never knew, and today you start to know. And then they start to ask themselves, how have I never seen this? How did this always happen and I never saw it? Yes, because everything was very well hidden. So prepare yourselves more and more for acts and facts that are increasingly bizarre and horrifying, because the ugly side has not yet appeared. You know one side, and that apparently, for all of humanity, was very well accepted, the vices, the completely modified foods, the modified water, the polluted air. But you got used to it and don't care anymore. Now there is a very, very grotesque underworld that is being discovered. And of course this is the role of the light, to open this underworld, to effectively show everything that was really always meant for you. There was never kindness, there was always manipulation and enslavement, dependence, illness. So don't start feeling horror or disgust just yet, because much worse is yet to come. Now it is important in all this that is happening, that there is no judgment. Ah, but then it's too much to ask me not to judge. So I tell you that this is the greatest foundation of this entire process, it is looking without judging, just looking, just having the knowledge, just accepting that in some way, you agreed with all of this. As with your lack of attention, with your contempt, with your carelessness. For when something similar happened and you said, no, this is impossible. Yes, everyone has their share of collusion, no one is exempt from it. We always like to repeat this here, evil knocks at the door, whoever wants to open it. He doesn't invade, he enters, but if you allow it, if you vibrate in the same range as him, if you agree with his thoughts. So there is collusion, there was a way of keeping everything working without question. So don't be shocked, don't be scared, don't be disgusted, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. The base is much more rotten. And the base is made up of many people who today you worship, love, idolize, in all sectors of the planet. People you fight, you make enemies, just to defend them. And you will have many surprises, because when the rot comes to the surface, they will come together and you will know exactly the role of each one, what each one had to do and agree to stay in stardom, to stay in the peak, to stay in power. Everything has a price and they paid theirs, and they are rotten beyond their souls. Rot has already enveloped them beyond what it could, but they are there smiling, showing their beauty, fame, power, and many envy them. You will be surprised. So at this moment it is necessary to cover the heart with unconditional love, with non-judgment. Even if you are aware of the most disgusting and horrifying fact, I would say that your soul, at some point along the way, may have done something very similar or worse. So how will you judge? But don't you know what your soul has done? So one more reason not to judge, because if you judge and your soul has already committed something similar, it becomes more powerful for your soul. She will need more time to eliminate that, because you are feeding it, judging a brother. No, he's not your brother. Unfortunately, I will tell you that it is, because you all have the same Father, you are all children of the same creation, of the same love. So everyone in the universe is brothers. So the first step in this sea of horrifying truths, which are appearing and will still appear, the great thing is not to judge, not to criticize. And if possible, when you see it, ask for forgiveness if you have done the same thing. It doesn't cost anything. If they didn't do it, it will be good for you in some way, and if they did, that burden starts to lessen. So look at the bizarre and disgusting facts and ask for forgiveness. If they did something similar or worse. This journey will help you, more and more, to look at everything, without judgment, without criticism, understanding that at some point, your soul may have done the same or worse. Remember, you have been here a long time. The recent souls on this planet are few, in relation to the earthly souls. So how long has your soul been here? In the golden times, what did your soul do? Were they all very good and totally focused on love? I tell you that no, rare is the soul that today has never been on the side of the non-light and has never performed acts that are shameful today. So learn to ask for forgiveness and not judge, not criticize. And be ready and try not to turn your stomach too much, because a lot is yet to come. Things that will really make your stomach churn and you can't stand it. But this all needs to come to the surface. You need to learn never again to let yourself be carried away by that knock on the door, never again to be carried away by the ephemeral pleasures and vices that did so much harm to your souls. It is necessary and each of you will live it. And I will add by saying, that even those who are no longer in the physical body are seeing everything too, because it is part of the training for the fifth dimension. So be strong, be courageous, but above all, don't wear the judge's robe, be human, like those you will see who have done so many bizarre things, just be human. Do not judge or criticize, the journey is one of forgiveness. And always ask for forgiveness, but with love in your heart. Forgiveness in the mind is of no use, it has to be sincere and deep forgiveness, from the heart. Then yes, you will learn and be able to look at everything without feeling anything, because you have already learned not to judge anything or anyone anymore.